Okay, I thought I would also do these mini videos about how to actually plant some food crops. I've actually just done some carrot seeds in the lines in the soil that you can sort of see in front of me. I also did this little area here, and I just wanted to show you with carrots, a rule of thumb is that they are a root vegetable and they do need quite a bit of sunshine. So if you're growing roots and fruit at home, you need to remember that they need lots of sun. So if you've got a patio and you're putting some in your pot, that's okay, but they need a lot of sun. And they also need about 18 inches of depth. So to show you how deep the garden seems to be. And you could also look for, so I've got some minion carrots here, and you can see they only go 8 to 9 centimeters. There are different carrots that will grow different lengths. So there's even ones called Paris carrots. I'll try to look to see if I could have a package here. They're smaller. They almost look like mini little beets. So you could try those in a pot, but again, you need a lot of sun. So the other thing that you need for the soil is the soil to be a little bit sandy, loose like this, not too clay based for roots. And one thing we did last year was we mixed in a big bag of peat moss in this whole space right here, going this length. Now, if you're growing things at home, that might be a lot to add some peat to your soil mix, but at least have a bit of sand in there if you can. Okay, so what I've done is I've sprinkled in the seeds in the trenches here, and you can see that I didn't space them out very much. That'll probably bite me in the butt later. I'll probably have to do something called thinning. And you can see I've, made some trenches so it's a little bit deep. On the back of the package, it'll say how deep the soil should be. So about 5 millimeters. And then the next thing, so when I'm doing this with a class, the kids come in and they sprinkle, I do the line and they sprinkle in the seeds, right? Whoops, I'm not putting my hand where it's supposed to go. Anyway, and then I don't cover them. So if you're doing this in a pot and you're doing all kinds of stuff, don't cover your seeds until you're finished. Because a mistake I've made in the past is doubling up. So you can see the trenches that I've done, and they're going to grow in lines. You can try square foot gardening. I've kind of had hit and miss success with that. And you can see over here, these are some carrots that are still in the garden from last year. So we've got a few. And this is what happens when the seeds get placed too close together. You see they're kind of all clumped in. And they don't really have the space to grow separately. Oh, I can feel a carrot in there. It feels pretty good. Let me just pull this out actually, just to show you. There's a white carrot. Now, with carrots that have been in the ground since like last fall, they are going to be a little rooty like this, and they might not be that tasty. They might be a bit bitter. So you can do a couple of things. You can leave it and let it go to seed, and then you can, collect your own seeds. But they still will be good. So that's a white carrot. So I must have done rainbow carrots in this plot last time. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, though, is cover them up. Right? All the way down. Because the worst thing you don't want them to float away, because they're really super light. Okay? I'll have to go all the way over here, step in, just cover them up. Okay, cover them all up. And the soil feels really super soft and loose, and that's what you want. So after I've covered them, and I'll probably tamp them down a bit, then I'll water. Covering them and then tamping them down is a good idea, because you don't want the seeds to kind of float away, but you don't want to tamp down hard. You don't want to pack the soil. You just want to make sure that the seeds aren't going anywhere. Okay, so carrots also like to be around other veggies. So they're companion plants with tomatoes. So if you've planted tomatoes in a pot and you don't know what to put in there next, because tomatoes take a lot out of the soil, you can put in some carrots, or you can do the opposite. If you put carrots in a pot and you don't want to put them in there again, you can put a tomato plant. They'll probably be a good success rate. And you can see I've got 2 different varieties here. I've done the purple haze in this area here, and the orange, no, sorry, orange in this area, purple haze in this area. It's always a surprise. Yeah, so that's the quick little carrot video. And we'll keep going here, and I'll try to film a bit more. Cool.